Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Gladiator Manager. It's episode number 4. I turned down the volume quite a bit more than where it had been previously, down to next to nothing. It's not important, and it very much was getting in the way, especially during the first 2 episodes, but I'm sure even during episode 3 it was still a little bothersome, so we'll mostly do away with it here. Alright, so now into the match. It's 4v4, so we're wrapping up our second round. We are going up against the 9th place side, so we've got a very good chance for this one. They have 3 pretty decent fighters. That 4th one is a definite step below. For us, of course, we have one champion in Elia, but then after that, we've got 3 fairly decent fighters. However, our last one, Domisha, is a bit of a drop-off compared to the others. So, a little bit of a mixed bag. We certainly have the advantage, but this is not automatic. We are going to have to work through this one. Of course, protecting Elia early on is going to be important because at the moment anyway, she is directly matched up against 3 of their warriors. 3 on 1. That is a recipe for disaster quite early on, especially when we consider the advantage-disadvantage and that 25% bonus, because leaders have advantage over defenders. Elia, a defender, well, there's 2 leaders on the other side, so we need to get Lavia here off of Elia as soon as possible. So I'm going to take Dennis, and we are going to roll right. Domisha, I'd like to just keep Marcia busy, but I think we can make our move in later. So yes, her prod is a good start move. I'm not sure if I want Elia to go charging in with 3 facing off, but we'll give her a chance on that. But then meanwhile, this gladiator has an advantage over leaders. I'd love to see him get on this side. I'd love to see Domisha, the Rotarius, get all the way over here to Rafit, where she's got the advantage over the gladiator. But as they are totally on opposite sides, and it's a large arena fight, I'm not sure we're going to be able to get them flipped terribly well. For now, we need to get support on either side of Elia so that she can go in and remove their first fighter, who actually looks like that's the weak one. Ooh, actually, there's a couple weak ones. They only brought 2 of their stronger. Unless that was the 3rd one that I was counting. I think that was the 3rd one, but really it's only 2 okay fighters and then 2 very mediocre fighters, so we should be okay within a short period of time. But again, Lavia's got that advantage right now, and 3 of them are all directed at Elia, so we need to get that support in right away. So we're going to move left and move right, get in on the flanks of Elia, get that support in there, and then go from there. So let's confirm placement and those orders, and we'll see how it goes. 15 left arm damage for Elia, 3 right arm damage, but then she does inflict 53 right arm damage. And then now we have that support on either side. There's that first engagement. 17 torso as Marcia got a little distracted. That's good. Okay, we'll go ahead and make that last move. And then I want both of them to charge in to make sure that we don't have the issues that we were already previously faced with. And then now Elia can get the job going. .25 torso damage there as they charge in. That should get them both engaged. There we go. Now we're matched up 4v4. 58 left arm damage as she tried to go for the rest, Lavia. Okay, so all 3 are engaged now, and we inflicted pretty good damage, except for Elia lost out to Violentia. She's also at a little bit of a disadvantage at the moment, but I think we're okay. We need to make sure that we get the engagement here going. Go ahead and use the charge function for that. Nice move. 1,000 to the torso. Holy cow. Dang. Look at that. Everybody stepping up. This guy's not out. He's fallen, but he is not out. Amazingly enough. Didn't pick up an injury. It just knocked him out. We definitely want to press that advantage. So sword thrust there. Okay, we're set to maybe pin. It's the first time I've used a Rotarius in battle. This is your net thrower. $76 to the head. This guy's got to be going down soon. Okay, they both do damage to each other. And yes, okay, there we go. One out. Now we can start pressing that advantage. Alright, no need to rest. We want to press the advantage, so you're going to go sword thrust. We'll go jab, as we don't have the advantage. And we're going to continue to be the aggressors. There we go, 36 torso. Domitia's kind of losing out at the moment. Oh, wow, that took her out. She yields. Alright, you're going with sword cut, so we'll go with skewer. I'm tempted to actually swap these two, but he's used up some energy, so we'll allow him to recover at least a little bit. I might swap these two before long, as he does get that 25% advantage over the leader, even though that would be Elia that we're moving out of the way. You, on the other hand, need to recover some control. Only minor damage that time. Let's do the same here. Well, we're not getting very far with the attacks. Let's... Oh, no, left. Oh yeah. Right. Let's go ahead and make that swap. Alright, you're at 42. Let's go back on the attack for now. We'll get Elia to recover. And then you can now be the aggressor. Okay, you have control after that successful attack. Do we want to use the net? Pass weapon skill check. Gains a huge control advantage. Okay, it's a big control advantage. We could do that if we're behind. Oof. Throw to the left hand. That's good. Looks like maybe fallen. Ooh, 2,000 damage to the left leg. And she's out, and we're down to 1. Okay, we can very much cruise from here. Alright, we're going to quickly play through the rest of this one, as in we're just going to go on the attack until we succeed in knocking this one out. It's 2-on-1. It should happen relatively quickly. At the moment she's blocking things quite well. We might need to disengage with Domitia and move over. We can get 3 people flanking her if we can get everyone to scoot over. But that's going to involve Domitia disengaging. We'll do that. Keep the pressure on for now. $78 right leg damage. Okay, she's fallen. We weren't able to disengage on that one, but we've definitely got the advantage now. Press that advantage from there. 3 damage to the torso. Huh. Still can't disengage. With somebody who's fallen down, really? What is your agility's a 38, your initiative's a 24. At this point, go for the pin, I guess. $221 torso damage as she tries to get up. Goes for the dodge. 16 right arm damage. And angry. Still hasn't gotten up. She's got 92 control, yet is fallen. Odd how you can control a match from the ground. Oh, there you go. Fight is over. A clean win. I don't think we took any damage. Is that what the statement is on that one? Whatever it is, we got the win. No injuries. No, they dealt some damage. All right, so that finishes up round 2. We're going to go back to those 1v1s. I'm guessing there's going to be a week or 2 in between matches now. It seems to be the pattern. You have your 4 weeks, your 1, 2, 3, and 4v4. And then you'll have a week or 2 off, rest, recover. You go into that next round for 1, 2, 3, and 4v4s. Domisha ready to level up after that one. Nice. She picks up a few skills. Elia picks up a few skills. Only a few dead in the arena this week. Tiberius improved a bit. Celeste, again, reducing. So Celeste is going backwards due to age. Need to check in and see what is her age. How old is Celeste? She's down to 2.5 stars. She's 44. It's not massive drops, but 3 weeks, and she's dropped 3 points in all of these areas. 17 fights could end up firing her before she ever sees the arena at this rate. But at 2.5 stars, she's still better than a lot of our options. So in the league, it's still the same story. We've got 3 teams that are definitely the forces to be reckoned with. We've taken the 1 loss. I do not remember who it was we were up against, but I do think it might have been Dyracchium, the top team. That was our second round. It was a 2v2 where we had just our 1 strong fighter, and we kept her out, put 2 weaker fighters in because we were clearly mismatched, and sacrificed that fight and got out of it quick. In fact, it lasted all of a couple turns before our 2-star guy went down and took an injury, or pretty much right at the beginning of the fight. Okay, new recruits available, so we're certainly going to want to take a look at that. Looking at what's available to us, we're starting with No Chance, 4 stars, 44 slave. I'm going to go with probably no, even though she could be useful, but she's going to be losing quality every single week. Okay, here's a interesting one. Work ethic's high, so he's probably not going to lose quality, but he is 36, so he's got to be close to that age where he's going to lose quality. It's a no-cost. Sentence is 12 fights. Looks okay. But how okay? I don't know. Maybe we'll wait, check back in a week or two, and kind of see where he is. Yasmin Selby, Gladiator class, but slave origins, so 10 wins, only 500 to recruit. Has good potential, but current is probably pretty low. So she would need to train for quite a while before she's ready. Izzy Aurelius, already 36. Really showing a lot of good skills and no cost to us. So let's go ahead and take this one. Yeah, 5-star recruit. Nice. And nothing to it on this guy. So we do add one more. And let's take another look and see if there's anybody worth getting rid of. Elia has hit that half-star. So she's now into the gold range, our first one that we've seen up there. Anya might be somebody worth firing. Tiberius is actually improving, unlike Anya. Matella's improving. She was a 1.5-star, now a 2-star. Not great, but can be used in a pinch. Esther's improved a little bit, but we might be getting rid of her sooner rather than later. Primus, back in action, healed stab wound to the thigh. He's got permanent damage from it, but it's healed. Celeste was 3 stars, already down to 2.5 now. There's a guy who stepped up in a big way in the last one, but he is starting to lose quality as well because of age, slightly. He's down to 9 wins on his contract. Dennis is a 4-star. Oksana is 5 stars, as she is 1 day away, so next week she'll be back. Sammy at 1.5. I think this is one. Can I just get rid of him? They've got to serve their sentence. Okay. Well, he's down to 3. We'll be able to get rid of him soon enough. Aurelia's the other one. Very cheap. Does have some potential, but I don't know. I don't know about hanging on to this one. There was really just the one, though. Anya. I think we can let Anya go. Isn't improving, even though she has potential. And then Tiberius is improving, but at 2.5-star potential, I don't know how much better he's going to get. Let's go ahead and get rid of him as well. There we go. That frees up a couple spots for later on. Okay, so Oksana has recovered. Again, Celeste getting worse. Oksana is getting worse. Oh boy, we got a big battle coming up, but it's a 1v1. And with our champion, I like our chances. We've only seen 1 or 2 fighters that might be ever so slightly better than Elia. So our choice is obvious heading into this one, as we're going up against one of the 2 big teams. And you can definitely see they have some quality to choose from. They have their own Elia, who is quite an effective fighter. This is not going to be an easy one for us. Tiberius, Barbarian. Defender has advantage over Barbarian, so nice for us. That's a pretty dang good fighter, though. We're going to have that 25% advantage, so I do like our chances. Let's go ahead and engage him properly. Yeah, he moved. We moved. And the dance continues. There we go. Charge in. Ah! We miss. Oh, I've never seen this. This is absolutely a first. Okay, why don't we just go with a jab from here? See, let him come to us because he was clearly wanting to move. Charge in there. There we go. We both charge in. 54 torso, but 89 right arm. So we both hurt each other. Well, finally, we are now engaged properly. And he got the advantage out of that one. So we'll just go with a normal attack. He's able to block. He adds to his strength. So let's go defensive. Oh, come on, Elia. No! Oh my goodness, she lost. What? Are you kidding me? Oh. Okay. Okay. Elia just took her first loss. With a fractured humerus. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is double uh-oh. I'm glad we've picked up some decent fighters because we just lost our champion for a while. Okay, she improved a few skills, and then a bunch of minuses to the oldies. So we definitely need to watch the oldies that we're bringing in, but what's the damage? What's the damage? How long is it going to be? Oh, 78 days. 78 days that we're going to be without our champion. Again, good thing we have some other options, but it's going to be a whole nother matter for the next, 2.5 months. That is quite a few weeks of fights that she's going to miss out on. That was incredibly painful. It went down in a 1v1, and right away. Very early on. And that was a defensive move, wasn't it? It's already slipped my mind, but yeah, ouch. Okay, well, only 2 out, so we do have other choices. There are fighters available to us, and we are going up against the last place Sirmium for this next fight. We'll see what's available to us. They have a lot of fighters down. Both with and without quality, but of course you take injuries and it brings you down. So Ollie, not concerning. This one's okay, Danny. There's their top fighter. It's Faustus. But he's lost both of the fights he's been in. I believe one of those was against us. I think this might be our second matchup with these guys. Which would make sense. This is our 10th fight. We're 8-2. We're 7-2. And then heading into our 10th fight. That's what it is. 7-2 heading into our 10th fight. There's 10 in the league, 9 opponents. So we've gone through and we just finished fighting everyone the first time. We lost to the other top 2 teams, which means we're going to be in 3rd place right now without looking at the league standings. So 3rd place. And both of our losses came to those top 2 sides. Naeus is what we're facing. Low strength. He's brave, but otherwise not too great. I think we definitely can pick somebody out who is stronger. We've got Izzy. We've got Dennis. Dennis is nearly done. His contract's going to be up after one more fight. Oksana, who is fading. That might be somebody to use now while she's still capable. So, Oksana, how do you compare to this Naeus? More initiative, a little less brave, much stronger. Agility is similar. Toughness is similar. More discipline, a little more skill, and a lot more leadership. Okay, that should be enough. You are both rogues. Not an automatic. Oh, I need 2. They don't even have a second choice that's any good. I mean, they're looking at, one of these few who is definitely inferior to that. Do we want to just use Dennis and let him finish his contract? And Oksana, what you doing over there? Leader, defender. Leader has advantage over defender, so yes, we do want to charge in. That's 2 rogues. And there's the Naas that we were looking at. So Robert, oh wow, yeah, lacks skill. So Dennis charging in, try to get him engaged. 5 damage to the head. It looks like we've successfully done so, and now they're going to be turned to face each other. Oksana are actually going to move in again. And Dennis, you should have a pretty good advantage over this guy. You have that 25% bonus and significantly better skill. You can't block it. 46 left leg damage. And Oksana into place. Go ahead and actually charge in. Dennis really struggling to get hits in on Robert, who's no good. This guy's in trouble. His morale's very low. He's angry. He did get his weapon. There we go. He's out. His morale was low enough from that, so one little scratch and he's conceded. And now we go for the finish on the weak guy. So we'll rebound from our loss with easy victory here. Between the two of them, it shouldn't be that hard to finish this weak guy off. Angry, but it's not yet out. Can't block it. They both inflict some damage. He's hanging in there. Longer than I thought. Especially when he's fighting angry right now. Morale and energy are both low for him. Oksana feeling it a little bit. She's going aggressive. Can actually flip this where she expends a little less energy by reversing who's doing which. Let's finish him off. Now everybody's a bit tired. Try to go for the rest. There we go. Got another hit in. That's the thing, when you alternate the style of attack, whether they try to block or whether they try to dodge, you're countering that. So that's one reason why 2-on-1 is such a significant advantage. You can pull multiple styles and they're not going to be able to get. He's trying to disengage, but with 2 of them attacking him, he's not succeeding in that. Fired. So I see how that works now. You fire somebody, they just drop into that available to hire slots. You don't get an immediate replacement. But when we get a new list of potential gladiators, that's when they are replaced. So that's why Dennis, Tiberius, Anya are all down there, is we've let them go, but until we get that next group, we're not going to see where they're at, and that's going to be what I think week 16, week 17, so a week or two from now anyway. I think it's next week. I think it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on. Kind of makes the first one a little shorter because you're already starting partway into the cycle. It's only 3 weeks till you get your new one. But then after that, it's every 4 weeks. We'll have a 3v3 next up. And who is it? Who we're facing? Uh-oh. Yeah. And there it is. I think the order's the same because we lost our second round to, I thought it was Duracium. And now that we're going around the second time, there's Duracium. Second match in. So, yeah. Ovalava, last one in the order. Duracium is second one in the order. So they're pretty close to each other in terms of where there's only one side coming up in between, and that's the Sirmium. But this is a 3v3 coming up. We are out our best fighter right now, and Duracium has only lost one fight, period, the whole way, 23-1, which means in all likelihood they haven't taken too many injuries. They could. You can win and still take an injury and still be out for a while. But from the looks of things, they've been quite dominant as they're undefeated. We're at 8-2 now. There are a few more kills within the group, so, not too many fighters have lost their life. But we're sitting third, comfortably third. We could be taking a loss this time, though, as we're definitely going up against the league's best side. And we certainly have a much better roster than we had last time we faced them. And the only fight that Elia sat out until the one we just participated in was against Duracium. But that's because she was weaker than their top fighters, which means they've still got that advantage because we have nothing better than Elia. And she's not even available, so we might get two decent choices. If they've taken some injuries, then we'll have a shot. If they haven't, we're going to be in a bit of trouble, and this will be a fight where we're going to look to probably concede, take the loss, put two fighters in there whose contracts I want to expire, which is what we ended up doing last time. But we'll take a look at it, and hopefully they are a couple fighters unavailable, and that lowers their quality just enough that we can actually pick two of our better fighters and have a shot. But I'm kind of guessing it's, the other option. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.